drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
The Texans send the punter out. T.Y. Hilton deep for the Colts. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And the Colts getting ready to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
Look, and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 46. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Luck steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Hey, back 22!
From the gun, here's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really started to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. This is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10.
Down. Blue 80. Blue 80.
Play action from Miller. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick six on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Flag 22. Flag 22.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. First catch there for Thomas. It's a 1st down.
Down. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action here on 1st down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case, it didn't get done.
Now it's Watson. And his pass incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Down. Green 39. Green 39.
Again, it's Watson. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Anthony Walker able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal.
Green 39. Green 39. Come back, come back.
To throw is Watson. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own. But as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you. And if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
On first down, it's Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Doyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out. To throw is Locke. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a third and about 13. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Third and long, it's Locke. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Doyle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Down! Back 22!
From the gun, Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be caught at the 30. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 48 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
On first down, it's Watson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Will Fuller was the intended target. And now it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go. Right.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. Flushed out right. And now another one thrown incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Luck. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he coughed it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. And he rifles one incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Here's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and longs, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Now Mack. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. Mack trying to become the lead dog in this Colts run game. He's back there again on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Luck now to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite at that level and not at that age. But I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Mack on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Mack, and he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough. We now proceed to the start of the second half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Watson off play action. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Taken in at the 22. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. DJ Reader in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On 1st down, Watson. Underneath for Miller. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Watson now to throw. Steps away. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you can easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
A lot of times people want to recreate the past, especially when the past has been successful. When the Colts were good, they flew on defense. And Kamoko Toure out of Rutgers, he can do exactly that when he rushes the passer.
Watson on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You got to give some credit there, able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
And now out comes Houston. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Danique Cinco on trade. Coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Down. Black 22. Black 22.
Out of the gun, Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Griffin. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Richmond. Black down and out, Billy.
Watson on 3rd down. The catch made by Miller. Good gains there, back-to-back for Houston in the passing game, and another first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup, 53 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
First and goal, a touchdown and a two-point conversion here are musts. To the air yet again, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll run with Mack. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys